Good morning, everybody. Today is January 14th, and we are going to get set for our team call this morning. I have some fun things to talk about coming up with just the Beachbody Team Cup and things like that going on, which is really fun and exciting. So give me 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen with you so you can see my little presentation. Hopefully you can see that now. So today's topic is going to be also about just moving beyond that mentality that we are running a 21-day fix business. With Beachbody handing us the beautiful thing that the All Access Pass is, we really have to change our mindset to make our business models align with that idea of helping someone for an entire annual year, not just a journey with a 21-day fix. And for so long, we were trying to do that, right? We always had that in mind. We always wanted people to stick around forever. But when somebody buys a 21-day fix program, they think in 21 days they're going to change and they're going to be done and that's going to be it, right? Well, I think that our customers' mentality has totally changed when they purchase that All Access Challenge Pack. They are themselves committing to a year. And as coaches, we need to make sure that we are doing the same in return. So we'll talk about that a little bit this morning. But before we get into that, into the nitty-gritties there, we have our leaderboard here. I just wanted to shout everybody out. This is as of Thursday. Congrats to Lindsay and Chelsea and Jerry, Jillian. You guys are all in the Success Club, and so many people with points on the board, so close. I know you guys are pushing really super hard, and special kudos to Callie and Chelsea knocking out their personal volume last week too as our top producers. You guys are amazing, and props to you for just working really hard this week. And I'm gonna exit this because I don't like how I cannot see you when I go in presenter mode. So anyway, congrats guys on just a week of really hard work, and your persistence and your dedication are paying off. So keep it up, and make sure you know when you're running your next challenge group. We're going to talk about that today a little bit, but make sure you know that, and you're inviting to that opportunity for your prospects. All right, so believe it or not, this has completely creeped up on us. Team Cup is here. It's coming on Monday. Starts registration for the February Team Cup. If you don't know what Team Cup is, it is basically when you team up with fellow Coachmates. You make a team of 5 total people. Your team can only have 1 diamond coach on them. Again, Team Cup is just a way for you to really be pushed and rally together for your February, and work as a team and kind of give each other pointers and pump each other up. And honestly, it's like having 5 success partners for a whole entire month that you're going to commit to, and maybe even beyond. I know people I've worked with in the past with Team Cup, I realized that they really motivated me, and they were people that I needed to have around to kick my butt in a year. And they're people that I've continued to, use as my success partners and people to push me in my own personal business, even after Cup Month. So Cup Month is huge. So here's all the details. Registration will open on Monday. And what you need to do is you'll have to have a team captain. All right, so what I need today is for some of us to really, I'm looking for some leaders on our team to step up and say that you'll be the captain. To start on Monday to be a captain, all you need to do is gather the 4 other people that you're going to have on your team. You need to have their coach ID, and you need to have their email address, their Beachbody email address. That's all you need from them. And you'll just go, as soon as registration opens, I'll post the link where you can sign your team up. And it's super simple. You just use the Team Beachbody Cup website. You go on, you put in everyone's IDs, everyone's emails, and you click register. And you come up with a little team name. And that's all you have to do to be a captain to get us started. Being captain is not supposed to be scary and hairy, but it is a great way to step up as a leader. And as the leaders, as the team captains, we are going to be giving you guys some extra support. I am going to help out the captains. I'm going to maybe open a page where we can brainstorm as captains, just to really accelerate Team Cup Month. In our team page, I'm going to update today. I'm going to, in the big team page, I'm going to go ahead and put a doc up. And what I will do is, have a place in there for you guys to also register your team on our team page, because we're going to have our own cup within the cup. So all those details will come your way. I don't want you to worry about all those quite yet. But as a team on Forever Faithful, we will also have some tiered incentives and prizes going on for our top teams. And we're going to really amp up Team Cup. So I hope you're really excited, and I cannot wait to see too who steps up as leaders and just takes on that team captain role. I know some of you are mentoring some new coaches as well. If you are, this will be a great way to help them out and get them excited for Team Cup. You could reach out to them and say, hey, I really, really want you on my team. And how awesome will that make a new coach feel, right? If you say, this is Team Cup, and and you explain what Team Cup is a little bit to them, and then say, hey, like, I would love for you to be on my team because I know that you'd be a great member. That would give them so much energy and excitement, and really to anybody, right, that you would invite to be on your team. It feels good when someone wants you to be a part of it. So as captain, don't be afraid to reach out to new coaches or anybody on the team that you think you could really work well with for the month. Just so you know how Team Cup works if you've never been a part of it. So basically, it's Success Club driven. This is the Success Club incentive for the month of February. One Success Club point is going to equal 1 cup point. So if you get 10 Success Club points in the month of February, you're going to get 10 cup points for your team. Also, rank advancing in the month of February will not get you 1 cup point, but 3. And that same goes for your personally sponsored coaches. So let's say Chelsea is my personally sponsored coach. In February, she advances to diamond rank, then I would get 3 cup points as well. So that's cool too, to help your own coaches propel forward. And then, of course, the whole point of this is to earn cool prizes, okay? So the Tier 1 prize, how you earn Tier 1 prize is earning Success Club yourself, and your team would come together have a total of 30 cup points. So if you hit Success Club 10, you got 10 points. You would contribute 10 points to your team, getting to that Tier 1 prize. All right, Tier 2 works the same, except you have to hit Success Club with 7 or more points. So it kind of pushes you to get even more Success Club points. And together, your team collectively has, it's like so small, 50 cup points. And then the Tier 3 prize earns Success Club 10 or higher, and your team must together earn 70 points. I love that little Shakeology swag going on there. I know for me, I want my team to be pushing for that Tier 3 prize for sure. That looks awesome. But of course, along the way too, some cool prizes, a wireless speaker for Tier 1, a cool tote bag in Tier 2, and of course that cool Shakeology thing going on for Tier 3. And it looks like teams 2 to 10 get that Apple TV system. And of course, the number 1 team gets to go over to corporate headquarters, do a workout with one of the celebrity trainers. Dream big, guys. You never know who it could be. It could be anybody could win the Team Cup. So let's get some winners out there. I'm really, really stoked. And watch out. As soon as the call's over, I'm going to post that doc. Take the bull by the horns. Sign up. Become a captain. Or reach out to somebody that you know you want to team up with and get a team started, and just post who your team is in the team page so that we know where everybody is going, and just, who still needs a team. So we make sure every single person on our team is a part of a cup team. All right. Are there any questions about Team Cup before I move along? Or anything about what I've talked about so far?
Hey, Liesl.
Yeah.
Is there a fee to join, or is it?
Nope, no fee at all. Nope, not at all. No fee. So really, there's no reason to not be a part of the Cup team. It's just a great momentum driver. Great way to step up as a leader. Great way to boost your, team spirit too. Okay. Have you never been a part of one, Lauren?
I don't think so.
We probably haven't had one.
Maybe there was one when I first
because they got rid of it for Team Spirit Month. They didn't do Team Cup. They did Team Spirit instead. So you probably have it. But it's really, really fun. There's a cool statistic too. I'll have to pull it up when I post the doc about the percentage of coaches who had Success Club that are part of a Team Cup. It's like phenomenal. So I'll definitely pull up that little stat because it really, really, really pushes you to propel your business forward. You don't want to let your team down or anything like that. You want to, work together to get these cool prizes. So
thank you.
You're welcome. Any other question? Okay, cool. We'll move into today's topic then, because I got a lot to chat with you about. So really taking our business to infinity beyond a 21-day fix. So that's kind of my motto, that's my goal really for 2017 is how am I going to help others get this healthy and fulfilled year, not just those 21 days, going beyond those 21 days. So why do we want to do that? Why do we want to commit to that today? Well, first of all, guys, it's okay to have this in mind. It's going to build stability in your business, right? If you get people that are committed and are going to stick around, you're going to have an incredible team underneath of you. You're going to have people that are in it to win it with you. You're going to have your lifers, right? You're going to have the people that are not going to give up on you. So I have some pictures here of some of my challenge groups right now going on. A lifer doesn't even have to be somebody who is your coach, right? They could just be somebody who wants to join your group every single month. When I think about my lifers, people that have been in my groups before, I think of Janet Hubert, okay? She is our number one fan. She loves our team and she loves our challenge group. Monica, she's literally been in my challenge group since October of last year. I asked her to coach every single month, guys. I don't want you to think I don't ask Jan and Monica to be a coach on my team, because I do, but they just love to be a part of our challenge groups. And that's okay. That's a lifer too. All right. But you want to make every single person, your goal should be to make them one of your lifers, to make them somebody that sticks around, to love your challenge groups, to love you, to love the products, and to help, and to really just be there with you, okay? Somebody loving their Shakeology, right? This is Ashley. She talking about how she completed Country Heat and she was in the challenge group, and now she's a coach and coach training with Lindsay. So, somebody like that, they could become one of your coaches. And just taking advantage, look at this post. This is everything, guys. To me, this is why I wake up every single day and work hard at my coaching business, because of people like all of you and like Jenna, brand new coach and coach training. She, this program rocks. We do this in our challenge group on Tuesday. This program rocks Tuesday. And she thanks me for reaching out to her on her birthday. Yes, she was one of those people that I just said, hey girl, happy birthday. How was your day? What did you do to celebrate? That's how I met Jenna, because I connected with her. You never know who it's going to be. All right. So that should be your number one goal, to build stability in your business. And we'll talk about how you build stability, build your income in just a minute, and your lifers. Where do you find your lifers? Okay. Now, this, of course, doesn't come without work on your end. How are we going to do this? How do we make sure that the people that we go after for success, we got to move beyond that mentality of, okay, I got them. I got a challenge group. I put them in there, and now, okay, they did 21-day fix. They're done. Okay, I'm done supporting. No, guys, we have to make sure that we are sticking to it, and they are sticking around. Something that was really eye-opening for me to do, and I'm going to show you right now. If you go into your back office, Okay, and if you go to your My Business Tools and to My Qualifications, this page pops up, and this is showing you your current month's Success Club points. But you can go back. So here's what I would call you to do, because this really, really was eye-opening to me. I didn't go back all the way till last year. Like, that would be really, really overwhelming to me. But I'm going to start back in just the month of November. Okay, and when you go back to November, if you click this button on your Total Success Club points, it's a really, really easy way to see the people that you helped that month. Okay, so you can go, some of them could have been new coaches, some of them could have been new customers. And if you click on the number, the value, it shows you all the people that signed up with you in the month of November, okay, that gave you your points. And you can click on each customer, all right? So if I click here on, let's say, Gretchen, it shows me Gretchen's little, user details, and you can go over to her user details. And what I did, this took me like 30 minutes. It didn't take me long at all. I made an Excel sheet on Drive, and I put in the date that Gretchen joined me, okay, 11/4, her name. She did not get the All Access Pass. So I put, I have 3 columns. I have All Access Pass, and then I put the months of the year here at the top. So and what I did, now this is November, but I then kept tabs. Well, did they continue drinking their Shakeology? Did they continue their HD order with me or not? This is telling me, am I retaining my customers? Are they sticking with me? Are they being products of the product? Are they loving it? Because even as customers, they can be a product of the product, right? So Gretchen, if you look at her, and I'm going to have to find it. If you look at her user details, guys, she has not placed another order since she signed up with me that month and did Quarter Force. So, I got to chat. We can't see them, the user details. Oh, can you see this screen? Can you see my customer points? Okay. I guess just because maybe it was a second screen. But you know what that looks like, right? The user details. Do you guys know what that looks like when it pulls up? No? Let me try again. Can you see it? User details? No? Okay. Well, you'll have to play with this on your own and just check it out. You just click their customer number and it shows you all of their orders. So you can easily track every single one of your challengers, every single one of your customers, every single person that gave you Success Club points. So I did that. I did that for all of November all of November and December, and then I'm adding to it for January. And I'm keeping track. Do they have All Access Pass? Are they on their Shakeology? And you can see here, it was eye-opening to me. Look at all the people that I signed up in November with Quarter Force that did not continue their HD. Okay, for me then, that tells me that I need to make sure that they're getting more support. They're loving Shakeology. They are, my lifers. They're going to stick around. They're going to be a part of this for the 365. All right, not for the 21-day fix, not for the Quarter Force program. So for me, that was incentive. Okay, I liked seeing that. That helped me realize, like, it was kind of like a wake-up call. Okay, well, now I see that. I'm going to track that every single month. Now, how can I make sure that they do stick around? How do we make it so that they are a 365er? And I just threw this picture up from my challenge checker from yesterday. One of my challengers posted this picture of her Shakeology, and all she said was, day 5 Shake-a, woo. Okay, I'm not just going to say woo back, okay? I am taking the time. I really think we need to focus and take the time on, okay, well, why did they love it? I said, girl, what did you do in there? What did you make? What recipe did you try? And I said, so give us the review. Are you loving it? What did you, seeing the benefits? And then she said, yes, definitely. And she talked about it. So, talk about the Shakeology. Don't just like the post. Don't just say, oh, yum. Ask them, like, how did you make it? Why did you love it? Are you feeling it? Like, do you feel like you have more energy? So really just taking the time. And when you ask them constantly, like, how did you make it? Guess what starts to happen? They tell you every day how they made it. And then it gives these other ideas for other challengers to help them, make really good recipes so that they do love it. Because we know, guys, as long as you make it the right way, you'll love it. And as long as you have different ways to make it, you're going to stay. You're going to love it. Two, I just saw this on a page the other day about how we can really push our, help our customers take value in their Shakeology. How long have you been, like, you could post this in your challenge checker app sometime this week. Quick poll. How long have you been drinking your Shakeology? 1 month, 2 months, 3 months? Those people that have been in your groups for a while are going to talk it up, right? And then during our game weeks, on Bingo, it has cool things to do with Shakeology. It's a great way to get them tracking it. And, during our game weeks, Shake Up Your Shakeology Saturday, they are asked to share as the pin post, share how you're drinking your shake today. That's fun, right? And it shows everybody the value. And reward them for that. If they share their Shakeology, maybe that you do like a little Shakeology shake-off competition or something, and you throw out some prizes or anything like that. And you celebrate them, right? You celebrate that they're loving it. You celebrate them when they reach success in their workout programs. You talk about it publicly. You make them want to keep coming back, right? You make them feel like they're a really, really big part of this. So it goes beyond the Shakeology too. I'm talking about Shakeology because I have like that HD retention in mind. But really, they have to be seeing results too. We know nutrition's where it starts, but make sure that they're doing their workouts too. Make sure you're tracking them. Make sure you're there. Okay. One thing I did this week that has helped me so much. Just in this last week, I would forget. This sounds terrible, but I would forget to talk to my challengers behind the scenes. You get busy. You start messaging all these other people, and you sometimes you gotta have a way to make sure that you're reaching to each of them. And I have a lot of challengers in my New Year group, and I was feeling so overwhelmed. And I think we can all feel that way too, no matter how many challengers we have. In my planner, I just wrote the names. These are all my new challengers. These are people that this is their first challenge group. And when it's your first group, guys, you need that support. You need that constant advice and motivation, and you need to be checking up on them right away. Make sure that they know how to make their shake in that first week. Make sure that they're following their meal plan, they've created a meal plan. Make sure they have recipes. Make sure they have all the resources they need. And that's an easy way to talk to them daily through the first week. So my goal this week was to make sure I talked to each of those new challengers every day in some little way. I might have just sent them a little motivational quote one day. I sent them this morning a little graphic with tips to stay on track for the weekend, like easy stuff, 2 seconds. And I just talking to them, making sure they're loving things. And so what I did was I just wrote down all of their names. And after each day, I just have a check mark that I connected with each of them each day. Now, about my other challengers, what I decided to do was I was becoming overwhelmed that I need to check up with them every single day too, but they've been around for a long time. They don't really want to hear from me every day, probably, to be honest. So what I did with them is I just broke up the rest of the challengers, and I talked to 3 different ones every day this week. And, next week I'll do the same thing, and I'll put them in on different days on the calendar just to make sure that they feel a part of this, that they feel like I'm in it with them. I'm 100% there for them. Okay. So that's the bottom line. That's our job as coaches, to make sure we're doing that. So one other thing that my report really showed me, and I'm going to go back. If you go to your December, so if you go to December, it shows you at the bottom of the page. Why is mine not working? Okay, well, we could go here. It shows you your total Success Club points for the year. So how many people that you've impacted. And that's a big one too, right? That's crazy. So all you would do is take your value. So mine says, and this is, mine says 190. So those are my total Success Club points. So then you just do 190 and divide it by 2, essentially. Okay, now we're going to change. 190 divided by 2, and now we don't have internet connection. Okay, 190 divided by 2 would be 95 people. Okay, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen because now I'm just going to chat with you about what we do with that number. So 95 people that I helped last year. Okay, now I can tell you right now that 95 people are not still in my challenge groups. 95 people have not all continued their Shakeology. So for me, that tells me that I need to keep an obtainable goal. That kind of gave me this idea like, okay, I'm going to set a goal this year for how many people I'm going to help. And I went with the number 100 because when I write down that number 100, that tells me that I want 100 people that are my lifers, though. Like, that's my goal, to make them my lifers. So I'm going to do, and what I went from there, I want to take those 100 people, and I want 80% of them, so 80 of them. I want 80 people to still be around when the year ends. I want 80 people to be my lifers. I want 80 people to either be somebody who loves my challenge groups and come back every month, or are now a part of my team. So, now, that sounds like a daunting task, right? Helping 100 people in a year, like, holy cow, right? That sounds like a lot. But if you break 100 down and divide it by 12, that's like 8.3. So that's about, like, that's a round, like, if I wanted to round that up, that means 10 people a month in my mind. Okay, my goal every month is going to be to help 10 people. And if you've had your one-on-one with me, you've gone through this with me a little bit, how I use that goal to help 100 people and break it up into a monthly goal. Okay, so take something really big. Take your really big goal for the year. It might not be to help a certain number of people. You might want to be an elite coach. You might want to be premier. You might want to be a diamond coach. Well, take that big goal and break it into something smaller. So if my big goal for 2017 is to help and retain 80% of my 100 lifers, okay, that's my goal, 100 lifers. I need to break that down. So my monthly goal is going to be to help 10 people, okay? So I write that at the top of my page in my notebook, and it's simple. And now I'm going to come up with 5, and this is obtainable for me. So I'm going to write 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on my paper, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or draw 5 little arrows, okay? And what I'm going to do then is make my action steps to how I'm going to help these 10 people. How am I going to do that this month? And you can do this with any goal you have. All right, so how will I help 10 people? And I'm going to put Lauren on the spot because this is the part that hooks her up. If you're going to help 10 people, what is the first and most important thing that you need to have ready as a plan to help 10 people? Lauren.
A challenge group?
A challenge group. God, you have to know when your challenge group is. And you have to commit to running one every single month, at least one. And I'm writing that at the top of my list. Run a challenge freaking group. Run a challenge group. And guys, seriously, you don't wait for me to tell you when it's going to be. You don't wait till Sunday night when you have 2 challengers and you're like, oh, well, maybe I should do something with them. Maybe I better message my coach and see where the challenge group is. How do I get to the challenge group? Where is it? Can you invite me to that? On Sunday night when we already invited all of our challengers? Guys, that's not acceptable, okay? You have got to commit to running a challenge group every single month. If your goals look like mine, if you want to help 10 people a month, you got to commit to that. So write it down. I will start a challenge group, run a challenge group, and I'm adding to that on January 31st. Write it down and make it public, and go and you do what Lauren did the other day. You post in the team page and you say, hey, I'm running a group on the 31st. Who's with me? Team up then. I'm not saying that you just need to do this on your own, but you need to take the initiative to run a challenge group on your own. And you know what? You create that group. You don't wait around for somebody else to do it. You say to the coaches that commit to running with you the week before the group, you say, hey, I'm going to create the challenge group. Does anyone have a cute banner that you want me to use? Okay? Like, take it on together and go for it and take that responsibility. Because when you have a group to invite to and you take on, I'm going to run this group, what happens, guys? you push a little harder to make sure you have challengers for that group, right? You make sure you commit to that. That means you got to have them to run a group. All right. So help me out then. If I'm going to help 10 people this month, I'm committed. I got my challenge group ready. I'm going to run it on the 31st. What are the other daily action steps that need to get done every single day to reach that goal by the 31st? Does anyone have other things to share? How else are we going to make sure we run that successful group? Help 10 people. Invite. And I want you to make it specific. If I want to help 10 people, how many people do you think would be a good number for me to invite every day? What would be a reasonable and logical number of people to invite every day? What do you think?
7 to 8, maybe.
Okay, I'll say invite 7 to 10, non-negotiable every day. And what if you get to the end of a week, maybe I do my little Sunday reflection and I still have no challengers. How can I reflect on that? And, is it okay to amp it up then? What do you think? Yeah, right? So if my 5 invites haven't been enough, maybe the next week I want to reevaluate my daily action steps. Maybe I need to step it up to 10. See how it works. And make sure you go back and look at these over again. All right, so we're inviting 7 to 10 people every single day, non-negotiable. And those are people you've talked to. You can't just go in your Facebook page and be like, scroll through your messenger. I have never talked to her before. Let me send her this big, long invite. No, that's not a good invite. Make sure you're inviting people that you've talked to and you've connected with. All right, so we're running our group, we're inviting. What else do we need to do every single day to make sure we can help 10 people this month?
Your posts online.
Yes. So you need to create meaningful posts, right? If you're in our training groups, we are posting really fun ideas on, how to really come up with meaning, how to really plan out your posts to post for intent, right? Not just to throw up these random pictures of your dinner and not give any value in there. Well, maybe you need to talk about your dinner and how you made healthy swaps and share the recipe. Okay, you need to add more value and you need to keep that group in mind for the 31st. So what kind of things can you post? You need to be brainstorming about that, creating meaningful posts, talking about your workouts, talking about and being you too, that X factor, right? If you went to Super Saturday, you heard Katie talk about the X factor, what makes you, what makes you stand out from the rest, what makes them want to hop in your line, jump on your bus, not the other coach on, your team. So, or we're not really fighting for a team here, but like other million Beachbody coaches out there, what makes you the person that they want to join with? All right, so our meaningful posts, and for that, you need to dive into your training groups that are going on right now because we have some great content out there about how to craft up meaningful posts. So where do you go from there? We need 2 more action items daily. So we have committing to running our challenge group, inviting 10 people every single day, creating our meaningful posts. What else can we do every day to make sure we do this? Get those 10 people.
Personal development would help.
Okay, maybe your personal development. Why personal development? Why would that help you help 10 people?
It can probably help sort of motivate you, put you in the right, for me, it helps me put me in the right mindset of helping people and not feeling, it helps me still not feel like a weird salesperson.
Yeah. So honestly though, if you have a hard time if you look at your daily action of inviting 10 people and that scares the shiz out of you and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous to talk to them, then you're not diving into your personal development. You have got to find something that gives you the confidence that makes you sit down at your computer and get ready to type and be like, oh my gosh, they can't wait to talk to me. That's how you need to have, that's where your mind needs to be when you sit down to invite, not like, oh my gosh, I'm so scared. What if they don't want to join me group on the 31st? No. If you're going into your invites that way, then yes, you need to dive into that personal development for sure. That's a really good, Lauren. That's a really good point too. If you don't sit down and burst with excitement that they can't wait to talk to me, then you need to make sure you're driving into your personal development. And when you guys do sit down, Tell yourself that. Be like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to talk to them. They are going to love hearing from me. Oh my gosh. Like almost like you're like celebrity status, inviting them to this secret group. Like that's where your mind maybe should be. All right. I need one more thing to make sure that so I have committing to running my group, inviting 7-10 people every day, my meaningful posts, my personal development to give me the confidence to do all those things, and anything else that you can think of that's pretty vital.
Product or product.
Okay, product the product. Yeah, I like that. We can put that on there. Why do you want to be a product of the product, Callie?
Because I found a lot of the people don't want me to help them if I can't prove that I'm helping myself first.
Yeah, that's so true. And what happens when you're the product of the product through your social media too? What does that show people?
It's just people that you're committed and you know what you're doing.
Yeah, it shows them that you're committed to yourself, but not only committed to yourself, you're going to be committed to who?
To them.
And people want to know that. And if you are telling them that you're going to be with them for this whole year, like with that All Access Pass. I mean, I talk to people like that. I'm like, when you commit to this, that means you get me for the whole entire year. Like if, I will not give up on you if you don't give up on it yourself. So make sure, yes, that you are product of product is showing people that. One other thing that I think is really important, especially when you start moving your business even more forward, is you need to add people to your network, right? I think that's really an essential part and something that we kind of discredit and we don't think about enough is adding to your network. So where are you finding Facebook friends? I was talking to Brittany the other day too, even, and she was like, yeah, I've been adding people on Facebook, but I realized like they're not people that I would ever I could ever help. Like she's like, they're like drug addicts. Like I don't know. She gave me like some crazy example. She's like, I was just going through and adding, and that to a point is okay, but go into some interest groups and do things like that. Go on YouTube, guys. I was looking to help Brittany with this, and I literally, there are so many videos on how to expand your market and find meaningful friends on Facebook. I was like blown away. So if that's something that you're having a hard time connecting to your new friends, that might be because you're not looking for them in the right places. You don't have anything in common. You don't have anything to talk about. So make sure that you are adding to your network and in connecting. That is an essential part too of helping those 10 people. I'm going to use Jenna, my new coach, as an example. Yes, I reached out to her on her birthday, totally randomly, and was like, hey girl, how was your birthday? But here's the thing, like I found Jenna through mutual friends. Like one of my other challengers, like when you go into your current challengers, you can do this. You can go to your current challengers and go to your friends, and then there's that people you may know button. That's where I found Jenna. Okay. And she was a person I may know because she went to my sister's college and she graduated 3 years before my sister. I mean, somehow we ended up as people you may know on Facebook just from that. But I was able to connect with Jenna about that and to say, oh, yeah, so it looks like you went to Allegheny College. My sister just graduated from the last year. And she goes, oh my gosh, yeah, I used to work with Bree in the library. So then we talked about my sister, which, whatever, we talked about my sister. And then she goes, oh my gosh, and I see that you went to Pine Ridgeland. I grew up in Hampton, which is, if you know the area, is right down the road from where I grew up. So, suddenly we were having this conversation, this meaningful connection. That doesn't happen with everybody you're going to connect with. A lot of people you try to reach out to and connect to are going to be like, not even talk to you. But, just add to your network with a little bit of intent and really focus on those connections so that you can make a meaningful invite later on. So expanding your market, I think, is a really important part of helping a certain number of people each month. And guys, guess what happens when you make this goal to help a certain number of people? I love it because it pushes me to run a challenge group every single month. It's pushing me to Success Club, which gives me, the incentives that are involved in a Success Club. And it helps me grow my team. It helps me find my lifers. It helps me find those people that are going to stick to it and be there for my business to infinity. All right. So I hope that was kind of helpful for you guys today. My call to action for you is to go to your back office, go to that My Qualifications tab, see how many, look at your number. Okay. It doesn't have to be huge, but it could give you a place to, make a goal for yourself for this year. And my kind of call to action for you is to, set a goal. How many people are you going to help? That's why we're here. That's our mission in Beachbody, is to help people. So, make that a part of your annual goals, how many people you're going to help, and then break it down, and then break it down again into those daily actions that can help you get there. And my other call to action is team up, and let's get pumped up for the Team Cup. As soon as we're done, I'm going to make that doc in our team, and I cannot wait to see who forms teams and who steps up as captains and leaders. It's not scary. Anybody could be a captain, and we're going to give you all the tools you need to help your team succeed. All right? Any questions for me or comments? All right, guys, well, I won't hold you. I know we're all really busy on this Saturday. So I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will talk with you soon, all right? Bye, guys.